Hey there, internets. So, I did not realize, I hate to be this partisan guy that always wishes ill upon Democrats because, honestly, when something bad happens to a Republican, Democrats celebrate, the Republican passes on, and Democrats will wish horrible things on him, and when a Democrat passes, the Republicans still say, nice things, like with Ruth Bader Ginsburg. They'll say she served her country and she believed in what she fought for. Nice things still. And when Obama had to celebrate his birthday on his own, I said, that's really kind of a crappy thing to have to do. I mean, where's his wife and daughter? They're away. I mean, they couldn't do something that week around home. And I didn't know this, but Rob Bonita, Attorney General of California, Democrat, it was his birthday yesterday on Friday, the 22nd of September. And I am jealous of that man because he got an awesome birthday present. Judge Robert Benitez threw out the magazine ban in California and completely eviscerated the arguments. Now, granted, Justice Benitez, Attorney General Bonita, was the man arguing for it, completely illogically, but he was. But he got an awesome birthday present. So happy birthday, Attorney General Rob Bonita. I am jealous of you because we can't get a judge here in Washington to get rid of their ban, or our magazine ban. So that happened. We've been waiting with bated breath. It's just like, what's taking this guy so long? And one other channel suggested that maybe he was waiting to see every goofball argument they could come up with. And, it's great to celebrate this. This is a good and important battle because now there's district judges in the Ninth Circuit that are saying that this isn't constitutional. There's some that are saying there are. It's going to go to the Ninth Circuit Court. At least the 3-judge panel is probably going to have to hear this. So we're not going to. All of you in California are still going to be denied your full Second Amendment rights, just like I am. But these are important battles because now it's time for the next stage of this battle to preserve the Second Amendment. And I just don't know how it's going to go, whether we're going to have to wait for them to individually throw out all of the Washington laws until it goes, all the Washington and Oregon bans and Hawaii bans, or whether if they uphold California and only hear that one if it kills it and all. I'm not a legal scholar, so I really don't know. But these are important battles, and we shouldn't get disheartened. In the grand scheme of the priorities of what to win on the Second Amendment, I think magazine bans are the most important, or among the most important, along with weapon bans. Some of the pistol brace stuff, the frames and receiver rules, some of those are kind of, to me, they're lesser importance. They're important, less important, because fewer people are going to own those. We can all find workarounds. But magazines are kind of hard to work around. You either have more than 10 rounds or you don't. You either have more than 15 rounds or you don't. And there is no logical sense to saying, as California tried to argue, that both they're particularly dangerous and unusual and they're not suited for self-defense. That doesn't work. They could be particularly intended for self-defense, but they're so common they can't be unusual. And the Supreme Court standard is and unusual, not or unusual. And that's an important thing to consider. And if you think about it, they're trying to make this argument, if it's not used for self-defense, they try to say, the argument is you only have average of 2.2 shots fired in a self-defense situation. But you know what? I have a 1911 with a 13-round magazine, or 1911 variant. the very presence of it means it's being used for self-defense. I have weapons that have 30-round magazines. If I have them in a position to be ready to defend my home, they are being used just as much as when I teach martial arts. If one of my students is just being aware of their situation and keeping their head up, making eye contact, not looking like the member of the herd that's not paying attention that the predator's going to grab, they are still using their martial arts training, even if they are not throwing punches and kicks. If it just gives them the courage to say stop, and that's enough to stop it. That one of the statistics that shoots down the argument makes the argument that it shoots down the argument against guns by making the point that you don't even need to fire a shot quite often in a self-defense situation, and you have ended solved the problem. If you do that, that is the ultimate victory. To achieve safety with the use of your firearm and fire 0 shots. Not, run through 3 magazines out of your Glock 17 or 13 out of my 1911 variant. I choose 1911 variant. I have a Colt Mustang if I want some with 6 shots, if I want to shove something in my pocket. And I choose that because when I go out and I'm armed, I'm going to the grocery store, going to the gas station. I'm not going where I'm expecting to engage in a gunfight with 150 rounds on both sides. I mean, all the 9mm fantards like to reference that. But if you need a 17-round magazine, honestly, you may need it. It's not my place to tell you don't. But I am going to say you need to reevaluate your life choices. And that's the thing, is people's lives may require a bigger magazine. If you live on the border where you're dealing with cartels, maybe you're the spouse or the ex-spouse or the relative of a border patrol agent. These cartels do not distinguish. They don't have a problem harming your family. Maybe you have an ex that was involved in the Hells Angels instead of being a Hells Angel. I mean, the big one that I heard reference was where Hells Angels and Mongols, I think it was, decided to shoot up a Denny's shooting at each other. If you're living that lifestyle where you're going to have a shootout like that, maybe you need to change your lifestyle. But if you're a former and you're not convicted of a crime, or you had relatives that were involved in that, you may need that many rounds. I've seen the video from someone's doorbell camera where 3 guys come to this apartment door, come upstairs, and the first one kicks in the door, and there's 3 more coming. You're going to need more than 6 shots. And that's a decision you have to make. Not me. I can't make that decision for you, and certainly the government shouldn't. But, we're getting all these things happening, and it's just like the video I did where I said, thank you for pushing gun control. These are the things that will strengthen it. We got 4 court decisions right now: Heller, McDonald, Caetano, and Bruin, all that build on each other. The next battlegrounds are, I think, really are the real battlegrounds are rifle bans and magazine bans. The case coming up, and I can't think of the guy's name, where it's a domestic violence situation, that's to the edges of it. It will probably define a little bit the edges as far as people with protective orders or that sort of thing, whether or not they're allowed. I expect a narrow ruling. Nobody wants that guy to have a gun. However, it's bad facts could make bad law, and that's the big fear. But I gotta say, this is a good victory for us. I might put some other stuff out. There's a whole bunch of options this week, and when I heard it was Rob Bonita's birthday, and he got such a great gift, I had to say, I'm jealous. I mean, especially knowing how great it was when it was Clarence Thomas's birthday, when they released the Bruin decision. So he got to give, the author of the decision got to give the nation a gift on his birthday in the form of a correct ruling, because ultimately originalism is the only correct view toward the Constitution. Everything should be text as informed by history and tradition, not making things say whatever the hell you think seems convenient at the time to get the policy you want. So anyway, that's what I got tonight to say. Happy birthday, Attorney General Bonita. I hope you love that gift that Judge Benitez gave you on Friday. I hope you enjoy it, because ultimately your rights, Mr. Bonita, are being protected by that man, even if you're the one. It's a paradox. Conservatives want to protect the rights of the people who's trying to destroy our rights. It's a weird thing. We try and prevent the transing of the children of people that want to sterilize themselves and destroy their own future. We try and protect their future too. And then we're protecting their rights as we protect our own. So until then, like, share, and subscribe, and you all take care.